Hi everyone, this is Madiha Hassan from IdeasGuild. We're doing our knitting basics series, and we've learned how to do cast on, how to do a knit stitch, a purl stitch. We did our stockinette stitch and our garter stitch. The next knitting pattern that you need to know is how to do ribbing. Now for ribbing, we need to firstly know why we do a ribbing. A ribbing is basically used to make your work a little bit more stretchable. It gives a little nice hold to your work, right? This is your ribbing. In ribbing, the cast on stitches that you use are always in an even number, right? And what you do is that you knit first 2 stitches and then you do the purl 2 stitches. You knit 2, you purl 2, knit 2, and then you do it alternatively. And then on the next row, you do the same, right? And in that way, you get a nice elastic kind of a feeling, which gives you a nice grip. You usually see ribbing on your cuffs of your sweater. You see ribbing on your mittens. Now these are fingerless mittens. Let me wear them for you so you can understand what I mean by the nice grip. This is the nice grip that you get at both ends. We have ribbing on the top and we have ribbing on the bottom as well, right? So to do this ribbing, you need to know how to do a knit stitch and a purl stitch. If you haven't started the knitting, you can always go back to our knit and purl videos and learn how to do the knit stitch and the purl stitch. So we're going to do our ribbing today. I've got my work stitches on my left needle. My empty needle is my right needle, right? And we're going to start it. Our tail end is going to be over here. Our ball end is in my hand, and we're going to start working. Now I usually keep my stitches a little to the end so it's easy to slip them off. You can work just the way you like it. It's totally up to you, right? So we're going to do the first 2 stitches are knit stitch. Knit 1, knit 2, purl 1, purl 2, knit 1, knit 2. Since you're working 2 stitches at one time, 2 knit and 2 purls, that's why you understand that we need to have an even number of chains. We're going to do our purl. 2 purls, purl 1, purl 2, knit 1, knit 2. All right, now over here we see our work is on the wrong side. This, as I told you, that the knit pattern always makes a nice V. Can you see the V here? Oh, sorry, this wire is coming in our way. This is our knit and this is our purl, right? And if you don't remember, you can always go back to the swatches that you made in the previous videos, what a purl stitch looks like and what a knit stitch looks like. So we're going to do our purl stitch, purl 1, purl 2. This is my knit stitch. I'm going to knit in, knit 1 and knit 2. And this is how you basically make your ribbing. Purl 1, purl 2, knit 1, knit 2. So you need to first identify what your purl stitch looks like and what your knit stitch looks like. And if you still can't tell the difference, you can always go back to our previous videos, because I've showed you samples from different projects what a knit stitch looks like and what a purl stitch looks like, so that it's clear to you. We're going to keep on repeating our pattern. Knit 1, knit 2, and purl 1 and purl 2, and we're going to be making our ribbing. All right, now we're going to discuss how many rows you need to do of ribbing. Basically, for hats, you do 10 rows of ribbing. For mittens, you also do 10 rows. If you're making a baby sweater or a baby glove, then you can use almost 8, but most of the times you'll find 10 rows of ribbing, and then you'll see work building up like a stockinette stitch or a garter stitch. Now this is a headband. In this headband we've used ribbing stitch. This is a ribbing pattern because it gives you a very elastic, a very flexible look, right? So in this knitting project, you can see that it's a bit more apparent. This is a ribbing, a classic ribbing. You have knit to, you have purl to, knit to, purl to. The knit stitch always stands out a little. It's a little bit more embossed, and the purl stitch sets in. So that's how you're going to know what a knit stitch looks like and what a purl stitch looks like, right? So keep on practicing your ribbing, and work on your small swatches of knit and purl stitches, and make a ribbing swatch as well, so that you can always go back to your work if you forget anything. Do hit the like button if you like our video, and do subscribe our channel if you haven't, because in this YouTube knitting series you're going to be learning how to knit for the very first time. It's going to be very easy for you. We're going to make really nice small projects for you to start with. Thanks again. Thank you for watching. Bye.